Am I the asshole for refusing to give my late wife's bracelet to my stepdaughter? I am 43, been with my current wife for 2 years now. I have a 12-year-old daughter, Jenny. From my previous marriage, her mom passed away from cancer. And I have a 15-year-old stepdaughter, Emma, and we get along very well. I've been keeping some stuff that belonged to my late wife, including a diamond bracelet that my late wife wanted me to give to Jenny on her 16th birthday. This request was handwritten by her, and I made her a promise that I'll hold onto it till Jenny is 16 and then gift it to her on her 16th birthday. This will make her feel that her mom is there with her when the day comes, and it gives me comfort. There were no issues except for when Emma was taking a look at my late wife's things when I was at work and saw the bracelet. She told her mom she liked it very much and asked her if she could keep it. My wife doesn't know the story about the bracelet. She told me that Emma liked the bracelet a lot and wanted it so bad. I told her that was not possible because Jenny's mom wanted her to have it on her 16th birthday and that it wasn't mine to give. It was specifically gifted to Jenny, and I can't deny her that. My wife took it as in I was favoring Jenny over Emma and that Emma is going mad and keeps talking about it. I told her that was not up for discussion. But then she offered me money to get me to give her the bracelet, and I was shocked. Completely dumbfounded and hurt that she thought by offering me money that I'd change my mind. I argued with her when she said that I probably said no because my late wife's stuff is clearly more of a priority to me than her feelings and Emma's. She said that Emma will resent me, especially when she sees Jenny wearing the bracelet and realize the favoritism that I'm displaying. I got so tired of arguing I told her to just stop it. But she still thinks that I'm making a big deal out of it, and Emma could still have the bracelet since Jenny does not know about it. I was so upset because of this, but I stood my ground and refused. I get Emma's love for jewelry, but I could get her a similar one if she insists. I don't think I'm being unfair to Emma. It's just her mom is pressuring me and taking things personal. Not the asshole. It's not your bracelet, it's Jenny's. You're just taking care of it for her. If you gave it away, you'd be stealing it from her. I wonder if there are deeper issues that Emma is insisting on having it. Is she just selfish and entitled, or does she feel left out? Also, why was she looking at your late wife's things? Also, make sure the bracelet is locked up. Not the asshole, but I'd seriously consider getting everything that's meant to go to Jenny put in a safe deposit box so that things don't end up missing. Also, your whole family needs some therapy. Obviously Jenny gets her late mother's things, and if current wife stepdaughter don't understand or accept that, then you may want to consider what's best for you and Jenny. Not the asshole. Lock up that bracelet. Fast. Your wife is a complete asshole. The audacity here is just overwhelming. She needs to take that money and buy her daughter a bracelet. It's not even your bracelet to give. It's your daughter's inheritance. I definitely have a conversation with my wife about this and put up some boundaries so this doesn't happen with anything else. For example, if your wife left money for your daughter's college education or wedding, I could see your wife thinking that it needs to be split with her child, or that you owe her kid the same amount. You are not the asshole. Not the asshole. For Pete's sake, it's her dead mother's bracelet, not something from an antique store. Jenny has a connection of family and emotion. Emma is simply greedy. Those two things aren't the same. And #X200B. Your wife is being a bitch. Your stepdaughter needs to be given a talking to about how life works and how she should interact with other people, and you should be wondering whether you can really trust your wife to watch out for Jenny at all. Your wife is clearly overstepping. The bracelet belongs to your daughter. Your late wife clearly wanted her daughter to have it so she could have a piece of her. Your stepdaughter should learn not to snoop through other people's things. It would be disrespectful to not honor your late wife's wishes. Your late wife did not ask for anything unreasonable. Most people would want their child to get their belongings after they die. I think it is awful your wife thinks she can just buy the bracelet off you. Stand your ground. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. If your wife wants her daughter to have a diamond bracelet so badly, she can buy one for her herself. I hate to say this, but I'd consider getting a safe deposit box and keeping it there until Jenny is 16. This whole post is giving me a vibe that the bracelet is eventually going to go missing. Not the asshole. Honestly, you need to rethink this second marriage. Your wife is a selfish monster, and the fact that she is not only badgering you but also offering you money raises huge red flags about her basic humanity and understanding of human sentiment. Not the asshole. Let me get this straight. Your new wife wants to steal your daughter's final gift from her dead mother? And you are asking whether that's okay? What? Not the asshole. Please get a divorce. You and your daughter doesn't need those two asshole in your life. Not the asshole. It was your late wife's wish it go to your daughter when she turns 16 and so it should. The lack of understanding from your current wife is somewhat alarming though, along with the attempt to guilt trip you by blaming you of favoritism. Hide that bracelet well just to be sure your wife or stepdaughter don't just take it when you are at work. Not the asshole. Ask Emma to put herself in Jenny's situation. Imagine that tomorrow your mom gets in a terrible car accident. You will never see her again. You find out that your mom asked me on her deathbed to give you a beautiful diamond ring to remember her by. Instead, I give it to Jenny. How do you feel? I would also point out to your wife that she is asking you to favor Emma over Jenny. This is a hill I would die upon. Best of luck. Not the asshole. There is absolutely no reason for a teenager to think that she should have something just because she likes it. The bracelet was already spoken for. She said that Emma will resent me, especially when she sees Jenny wearing the bracelet and realize the favoritism that I'm displaying. That could only happen if your wife planted the seeds of resentment. Be sure that Emma hears the story when you do give the bracelet to Jenny. Honestly though, there's something else going on here. Why would your wife fixate on something that really doesn't concern her? Does she typically badger you to keep everything equal between the girls? Not the asshole. You're right, it's not your bracelet to give. Your late wife left it to her own daughter. You are just its custodian right now until your daughter turns 16. It's not favoritism because it doesn't even belong to you. Is your wife a Disney villain? Because I'm sure I've seen this plot in a cartoon. You're not the asshole but your wife is. Also, you need to get a divorce for your daughter's sake. If this is how she behaves around you, I am aghast to think how she behaves towards your daughter when you're not around. Not the asshole. If you explain to your wife why it's going to your daughter and not your stepdaughter and this happened, you have problems, my friend. Good luck. Not the asshole. Not much you can do if your wife can't understand the basic fact that it isn't your property to give or sell. I would also remove it from the home. Ask your parents to hold onto it. These kind of situations often end up with thievery. NTA. Wow. New wife is a real piece of work though. Not the asshole. Your wife should have dropped the issue the moment you told her the backstory on the bracelet. Info. What other instances have there been of your wife being cartoonishly evil towards your grieving child? Emma is 15, not 5. Sit her down and tell her that she will under no circumstances have that bracelet. Remind her that she still has her mother while Jenny's mother is dead. And the bracelet and whatever else your late wife left for you is all Jenny will ever have. Tell your wife that she is acting irrational, and if she won't drop this and apologize for minimizing the bracelet's meaning and your daughter's loss, that you will have far bigger problems than a sulking 15-year-old. WTAF is wrong with your current wife? Hey, if you want, tell her to make things even. When she gets a terminal illness, she can choose a precious possession to leave to Emma, which you will of course deny to Jenny. Will that make her feel better? Stick to your guns, op. Your wife is dropping a massive location flag here. Not the asshole. Oh, and lock that bracelet up tight in a safe deposit box. Write it into your will, along with your late wife's note. Obviously not the asshole. The bracelet should go to her daughter as per her wishes. You are the asshole for marrying such a crappy second wife. Absolutely not the asshole. I don't want to judge your entire relationship, but to be honest, your wife sounds very toxic. Even if that bracelet hadn't been specially set aside for Jenny, it would still be completely understandable for you to save it for her. It belonged to her mother. You are the asshole for wasting our time. You know your stepchild has no right to the belongings of your daughter's late mother. This is a hill to die on, and I'm ashamed with you that you would think so little of your late wife to even entertain this childishly entitled demand. Not the asshole. If your wife is offering money for it, why can't she just buy something similar for her daughter? This was literally one of your late wife's dying wishes. Wow. Not the asshole. Your wife is a complete awe. I have too many words for this and none of them are appropriate. Not the asshole, you don't own the bracelet so you can't give it away. Like you explained to her, the bracelet is something you're essentially holding in trust for your daughter's 16th birthday and it's not up to you to do anything with it other than what your late wife said to do with it. Emma and your wife are out of line. This isn't about favoritism. Point out that Emma has her mother in her life while Jenny just gets to have a few mementos but never gets to talk to her mom again, and let them know that they need to lay off about this. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Make sure this bracelet is hidden away. Hopefully you can trust your wife, but since Emma is so obsessed with it and she's young, I wouldn't trust her. There is no question though, your late wife literally wrote it down. Not the asshole, your late wife willed it to your daughter. Your current wife and her daughter are very entitled. And if I were you, I'd find somewhere to hide the bracket, in case it mysteriously disappears. Not the asshole at all, but I do have a question. Would it be possible to show her the note, and if it is, do you think she would finally realize why you're not at liberty to give it away to anyone besides Jenny? Not the asshole. The lack of understanding of your wife is pretty cruel, and I find it surprising that she can't put herself in the place of your late wife and the loss your daughter experienced to understand why that bracelet is important and needs to go to Jenny. Also, has it been explained to Emma why she can't have that particular bracelet? I think a lot of kids would understand. I think a good alternative would be to take Emma to a jewelry store to pick out another bracelet she loves for her own 16th birthday. And I also think you need to get a safe deposit box or find another way to lock up any valuables from your late wife. And not just C of your wife and stepdaughter, but C those items hold too much sentiment and cannot be replaced if someone ever broke into your home. Not the asshole. You were entrusted to hold it for Jenny. Tell your wife it is not your bracelet to give away. Since your wife is willing to pay you for it, she should buy a different one for her daughter and start their own tradition. You are the asshole for marrying someone who doesn't love your daughter. Not the asshole at all. You have told them both multiple times that it wasn't up for discussion and it was a gift from your late wife to your daughter. She's not entitled to it. If she wants a diamond bracelet, her mom should buy her one. I know you shouldn't have to, but have you shown them the letter from your late wife to prove it's not favoritism? Obviously you shouldn't have to prove it's not, but if they keep making the argument that it is, I think they need solid proof that it's not favoritism. Not the asshole. That bracelet is a gift from Jenny's dead mother to her. Not just some shiny toy for Emma to play with. Holy shit, your wife is literally deplorable. What a disgusting thing to think is okay. How dare she try to take something left by your daughter's past mother? I can't even wrap my head around this. You need to have a serious conversation with her because that is extremely telling and awful. The fact that she would even ask after the explanation. Jesus. NTA. But sounds like you have a disrespectful wife problem. Making it a favoring issue when it belonged to your late wife and therefore belongs to her daughter. You better start divorce proceedings cause she's a nasty, vile woman. Write a will so that if anything happens to you, your daughter will pay protected. Your wife's inability to say beyond her and her daughter's gains is a worrying thing that you need to be on top of so that your daughter isn't wronged. Right now you need to protect your daughter's things so that they don't disappear. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. This is so upsetting. You need to separate yourself from these toxic people. How could they offer you money when you explicitly told them it was your late wife's dying wish that her daughter have a piece of her always with her? You've handled this so well, and you're going to have to keep fighting, it sounds like. That's not super healthy in a relationship, so I'd consider this disgusting side of your new wife and her daughter and evaluate if you should remain in this relationship. I'm sorry you're having to go through this sad phase. Not the asshole. First of all, lock up all of your late wife's belongings, whether you think Emma would be interested in it or not. You never know if she'll destroy something out of anger. I suggest having a sit down with your wife and Emma. Tell them you love them both. Reiterate that the bracelet Emma loves already belongs to Jenny, she just won't receive it until she's 16. It's Jenny's mother's bracelet, not some random jewelry you happen to have. It's literally not yours to give away. Tell her that you will give her something very special for her own 16th birthday. If neither of them accept this, then I don't know what to tell you. If they really can't understand why Jenny should get her own mother's bracelet, then you are going to have some big problems in the relationship. Not the asshole at all. You should sit Emma down and explain the situation. Maybe offer to get her a similar bracelet on her 16th birthday. But, your wife has no right to ask you to go against your late wife's wishes. Additionally, it seems as though your wife is favoring Emma over Jenny by not respecting that the bracelet is for Jenny and acting as though Emma is entitled to it simply because she liked it. Not the asshole. Emma could still have the bracelet since Jenny does not know about it. Your wife says that you are favoring Emma over Jenny, when in fact, she is favoring Emma over Jenny. You have explained the situation, but your wife just wants to make her daughter happy at the expense of your own. This is not right. Your wife is behaving like a spoiled child. It is also scary that your 15-year-old stepdaughter was purposefully looking through your things. I find it hard to believe you would leave a diamond bracelet meant for your daughter from your deceased wife, out in the open. Your wife needs to address that concern first. Not the asshole. Your current wife is being manipulative in this scenario. There are boundaries in any relationship and she needs to honor them. I think it's time for you to just be very transparent, when both of you are calm and relaxed, and explain that it's a very specific request from your late wife and means a lot emotionally to honor that. It's not about favoring one child over the other, it's about having an emotional boundary that you want to honor. If Emma really wants a diamond bracelet, maybe you and your current wife would find one that looks similar and split the cost together. It's not about the price, it's about the memory. But I do think you could work to find a compromise that shows it's not favoritism but rather honoring a commitment. Not the asshole. If I were you, I would secure the bracelet so it doesn't get lost, so neither girls can have it. Not the asshole. Your stepdaughter is just a spoiled girl. Not the asshole. If anything, your new wife is the asshole for not respecting your late wife's wishes. You mentioned she didn't know the story beforehand. Has she seen that message expressing your late wife's wish, and if she does, is her stance on it still the same? If the object has such significance, it's important to communicate that to your partner so that they have the chance to understand its importance. Also, it's a bit of a bad look on her that she wouldn't take you at your word, but she's probably coming from a protective side of making sure Emma feels an equal amount of love rather than being against her partner narrative. NTA Your wife is prioritizing her daughter, you should do the same for yours. Your daughter's mother willed that bracelet to her child. In effect it belongs to Jenny. What your current wife is suggesting is in essence theft. Put the bracelet in a safe. Your wife seems hell-bent on giving it to her kid.